Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this is my end of week look at my top strong week trades for week ending October 20th. And let's get right into it. As you remember, we ended last week with the market just in a very tight consolidation. Very little room between the first and the eighth position, which was quite unusual, but usually when the markets get really tight like that, you can expect them to explode outward at some point, and we might be seeing that right now. We saw an explosion higher for the US dollar by the end of the week, and New Zealand dollar took a dive to the low side. So that's probably the trade right now. So let's get into some of our charts and see where all this is leading us. And actually, I want to start with the Euro US dollar. Okay, this is an important one because if we're going to have dollar strength, then you probably don't want to be long Euro US dollar. Matter of fact, we have a pretty well-formed head and shoulders top working itself out here. You got your left shoulder, you got your head, and then you got your right shoulder over here. A pretty well-defined neckline there at 1.17. So and then on Friday we did get an engulfing candle to the downside after a little pullback, so I would expect this thing to move lower. Key area will be that neckline. We need to see a break and hold of the neckline, and then that will bring this trade into play. If it does work out, how far could it go down? Well, we do have the 200 day moving average down here below 112.50. By the time it gets down there, this will probably be up near about 113. So maybe 113 would be our target area. So this thing could drop somewhere down here. It might take a few weeks to get there, but we'll be playing it that way. Next thing I'm going to look at is some of my current strong week trades, and we'll start with the current one, which is the U.S. dollar, New Zealand, or I should say New Zealand US dollar, and it's right here. Okay, now this one's kind of interesting because we actually got our signal on this trade back on October 10th. It was this little candle right here, and price immediately went against us, and it went all the way up to the 34-day moving average, which is the proxy for the 200 on the 4-hour chart, and then reversed from there, and it's been heading down since, and we're currently plus 116 pips on this trade. Next one I'm going to look at is the US dollar Swiss franc. This one gave us the trigger signal on the 18th. So it was actually this candle right here. Then we immediately went down on Thursday, but then we popped back up on Friday. So this one is plus 37 pips as of right now. Next one we'll look at is the US dollar Canadian dollar. This one signaled on the 16th of October. And it went a little bit against us at first, but big day on Friday. So this thing is up at its highest point, 113 pips. So put that in the win bank. Next one I'm going to look at is the pound Swiss franc. And where did it go? There it is. Okay, here's another one of those. Actually, the signal was right here on this bar, and then trade went against us. It actually went pretty much against us on Thursday. It would have been tough to hold, but then you got a big reversal candle on Friday. This thing is plus 60 pips, so this is still looking like a possibility of a good trade here, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then the next one we're looking at is New Zealand. Actually, we already looked at that one. We'll look at the let's look at the US dollar and yen. Okay, here's another one of those where we get our entry signal right here, and then price immediately goes against us. We find the 200-day moving average, gave us support, and then price shoots right back up. And at one point during the day on Friday, we were up as much as 77 pips from our entry point. So that's another one that's working out quite well at this point. And then let's see here. There was one more I wanted to look at, and we'll look at the pound New Zealand. Yeah, where did I see that? There it is. Okay. This is a good lesson for you. This one actually, we got our trade signal way back on September 14th, back here on this long candle here, and we immediately went up like I think it was like 170, 180 pips, but then it went back down, back up, back down, back up. This thing's just been back and forth during this consolidation period, and then we found that support there at that 34-day moving average again, and then on Thursday and Friday this thing just shot up higher, and we're currently at our highest point, 406 pips on this trade. So here's another example of patience, and you just have to let these things play out, and they tend to always move in favor of our strong weak rankings over time. So anyway, that's what I got for you this week. I think we are past that period of consolidation, so maybe we'll get some interesting trades going forward, and I would expect our current strong week trades to continue to move in the direction of the trend. So hopefully everyone is having a great weekend, and I will catch you later on my thread. Bye.